The fragrance of white lilies drawing me deep while I wait and we won't accept that you're gone. No meaning in moving on. Let me rest here beyond this pain. Sweet refuge, may I remain locked in time with you. Flame of desire, of lilies and ice and fire, come to me, fill me, kisses, joy, entice me, beautiful still.
Another early morning. If you can call it that, I haven't gone to sleep yet, so it feels like late night. Girl grabs me on the shoulder, thinks she knows it too. Apparently she specified this as the place of Junpei's death. Don't know how she knew of it. This parking complex belongs to Junpei's apartment building. It extends 2 or 3 levels underground. And again, Nuka specified the exact location of the death. The human removal service seems to take the usual request very seriously.
How much further in?
Shh. Keep your voice down. I'm just looking for a good vantage point that we can hide.
Her words are severed by violent gas. Unable to speak in her voice, she simply points. Her eyes obediently follow the direction of her standing finger.
Oh.
Okay, so if I'm correct, they did a whole request of death thing, yada yada yada, and I guess that's the exact death, so we actually saw the person he did. So
Disappointing. Missed the main event.
Junpei Matsumoto is already dead. He's floating in a sea of his own lifeblood. Vicious stab wounds practically glow red along his back. After examining his remains, I turn my attention to the less interesting figure standing motionless beside him.
You.
The masked ranger looks like the villain from a B-rated slasher film. He's covered from head to toe in dark clothing, a zipped up jacket with X long sleeves are hooded, a skirt. The color of the figure's clothes combined with his physique gives me the impression that he may in fact be female. Kinda looks like that. I kinda assumed there was a guy though. Is this the hero we've been searching for? The bloody course at her feet would suggest that is so.
That mask.
Mask. It's simple, white, probably porcelain. It's reminiscent of something, some fictional character or maybe some film villain after all. The hero still hasn't moved. She's still a statue, gaze vacant, her eyes apart by the disturbed behind the mask.
You the herald?
For the first time, the figure moves. Its starlight and jerky motion like a mannequin or puppet being pulled by strings. Her head cocks to the side as he seems to notice a person for the first time. but an answer to Noko's question is not forthcoming. I step up to the plate.
Really immortal?
Hero doesn't react to my voice like she reacted to Noko. She has returned to a stiff, doll-like state. Pretty easy to prove if someone or something is immortal, and I've always had a curious mind. I throw my life in my pocket and launch at the Dominican. The blade embeds itself in the dead turtle, and she doesn't so much as flinch as a trickle of blood pours around the shiny steel.
Oh, Mr. Hart.
Kojiro, why did you do that?
I shrug and take a step towards the herald before Noko tucks at my coat and holds me back. She takes my place and puts herself between me and the herald.
Tell us who you are. We deserve to know that much.
Something in Noko's words, the sound of a voice, or the tone of a plea, caused him to me once more in acknowledgement. But the motion this time is different, fast, calculated. Herald moves a sleeved hand to draw the knife from her shoulder, and she allows the blade to drop down to the concrete ground with a dull ting. Before the thing hits the ground, the herald turns her back to us and breaks into a sprint.
Shit. Not cut out to chase her.
Don't bother. We won't catch up.
The herald disappears to the darkest of the parking lot. We are left standing by the corpse of Junpei Matsumoto.
Well, we didn't see the killing, but at least the request was granted.
She's right, her gimmick paid off. The herald killed her own ally. She has proven her convictions are strong. I crouch down to examine Junpei's corpse, but it's hard to get a good look at in the darkness. God, it's clear that the dog is dead.
Should we leave the body?
Going to send a text.
Huh? Who are you messaging?
See if I can pull a few strings. Wouldn't mind if the corpse ended up at my morgue.
What are you planning?
Nothing. Really. Just want to prod and poke a bit.
Noko's subsequent grunt is a clear indication that she doesn't fully believe me.
Do what you want. I've gained as much from this as I had hoped.
I let her troll off as I turn my attention to my phone. I swipe through my contacts and quickly compose a message to a few people in particular. If all goes well, an investigation team will surely arrive to examine the scene. I'll be gone by then, but if my contacts do the jobs correctly, they'll hard jump right back to the morgue. I park my phone and scurry towards the bloodsoaked knife I launched at the herald. It slides back to our park and I signal Noko that we should depart.
Goodbye, Junpei Matsumoto.
She raised half-heartedly at the corpse and lets out a childlike giggle. A scant few hours sleep didn't offer much in the way of refreshment. I have to be at the morgue again in an hour. Not that there's much to do there since the place was robbed. Perhaps a few more cadavers will have arrived. Perhaps Junpei Matsumoto's ghost will be there. I should take this opportunity to take a break, or take a breath. Been a while since life slowed down like this. No requests coming through Corpse Girl. No bodies to hold my time at the morgue. No cadavers to catalog at the morgue. Life should be good. I'm still alone. Noko may decide to scar me at any moment. Why does that make me want more? Do I want to prove my worth? My value? Prove to her that I'm worth keeping around? Don't know. Doesn't matter in the long run. After brewing myself a cup of coffee using the French press tomorrow gifted me, I take a seat in my chair. Sitting alone in darkness is somewhat depressing, but it's only temporary. I won't be alone forever. Soon, Noko will sit here with me. We'll be together in darkness. I'll make her see my worth. I'll make her love me the way I love her. I'll make her feel the void that Suzuka left in my life. I'll make her treat the gnawing pain in my insides. I'll make her save me from falling into despair, from falling into old habits. Noko will save me from myself, just like Suzuka once did. I take a sip of my coffee. I still a little hot and the skirts that gap in my mouth where my tooth once was. It hurts, but I'll be okay. Soon. I tried to hide a smile when plans unfolded perfectly. The body was here, waiting for me when I arrived at the morgue. Staring down at the pallid corpse of Junpei Matsumoto fills me with more satisfaction than possible. The dog is dead, and my only one encounter with his execution wasn't just some fever being born from wishful thinking. His body is riddled with stab wounds, deep, clean, piercing cuts. But these injuries were not inflicted by a knife. I'm no forensic pathologist, but the wounds are too thin and too deep. Each intrusion is about the width of a chopstick. Thought he was killed by chopsticks though. He never could rule out everything. My gaze pins down his body, looking for any evidence. The rest of his form looks ordinary. Not to know. I'll zip up the bag for now and return him to the allocated coat chamber. Might take him out once in a while to have a laugh. As I raise the zipper, covering his legs and groin, I have to shift his arms to fit them within the HRP. In that flinch, my hands externally retract from the cadaver. I'm used to the ice-cold touch of a body fresh from its containment chamber, the sensation of lifeless preserved flesh. Thus, it wasn't the sensation of touch that caused me to startle. It was inside something out of the ordinary, something that somehow missed through my initial observation. Junpei's fingers. 5 thick, meaty dentures on each hand. 10 perfectly intact, dead, but otherwise healthy fingers. It was only days ago that I pierced 2 of his fingers, his thumb and his pointer finger, using cheap metal cutlery. I can't forget the distinct feeling that plunging those implements through flesh and bone, pinning his fingers to the table. The corpse before me shows no evidence of ever being injured in such a manner. Nobody can heal wounds like that without medical attention, even though stitches and scars will remain. But Junpei Matsumoto's dentures are 100% intact and puncture-free.
Interesting.
Come to think of it, didn't I snap another one of his fingers and half that time I confronted him outside the apartment? I'm sure I did, crushed the bones with my own fist. But this coarse hands don't show any signs of that either. No much of touch, no visible bruising. That's interesting. On the whim, I pull out my phone and open noise. I navigated Junpei Matsumoto's profile. Loaded a few profile pictures, swiped through them one by one. I put my phone right next to Junpei's head, comparing the similarities between Junpei's photos and his dead body. Everything becomes clear immediately. Certain elements of Junpei's features don't match. His nose is broad on photos, his lips are thinner, more taut. Of course, in front of me is not Junpei Matsumoto. It's a copy, a clone. Junpei Matsumoto's death is faked for entertainment. The body lying on the ground in front of the hero was planted there before we arrived, planted to convince us that Junpei had met his maker. The hero did not kill Junpei, the hero simply used one of Korfiko's tricks and produced a carbon copy body. Our order for myself and Noriko. As the revelation says in my mind, I come to another conclusion. The morgue being warped is no coincidence. I can almost guarantee that the cadaver used to replicate Junpei's death was stolen from his favorite place. This deception, stolen and torn against us. And the morgue was targeted before Noriko even questioned Junpei's death. Almost out of the human resource predicted Noriko's movement to the events. Is that even possible? All I know for sure is that the dark is still out there, still skulking around. Working for his master. This is starting to get interesting. Like I said, Saturday afternoon.
Okay, I think I'm up to date. I guess it was a good thing you decided to prod and poke Junpei's corpse, as you put it.
Guess so.
I thought you were just being your usual morbid self, taking corpses for your own use, whatever that may be.
Don't know what to tell you.
Well, I'm glad you acted. Faking Junpei's death. What's their end goal? What did they really accomplish by pulling such a stunt?
Some mere possible answers to that question. Can't know the real truth. Not yet.
Obvious answer would be that they wanted to deceive us. Make us think we have the upper hand.
I came to the same conclusion. They think they've fooled us, but we know better. Can we use that to our advantage?
Don't know.
Sometimes you're helpful, and other times you're just...
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
It irritates me when I report my thoughts. Does I act like this just to elicit a reaction from her? It's cute when she's ticked off.
I don't know what we should do next. We're kind of at a dead end, right?
Kind of.
Corpse Girl's website has gone silent. No one is requesting deaths anymore. But if I'm to believe the news, there are still dozens of people being killed all around the city. Which means the human removal service is still as active as ever.
Don't beat yourself up. Don't have any cadavers at the morgue anyway. Can't exactly fulfill any requests.
True.
She signed to open her eyes. Despite her tired, exhausted experience, she's still with recent events right away of her no code anyway.
Can you let me know when the morgue starts filling up again?
Sure. Hang on. There is one body there. Fake Junpei.
Yeah.
Not much use though, I suppose.
No, not really. Keep me updated.
Okay.
She rubs her eyes again and tries to hold back a
You
yawn.
look wrecked.
Sorry. Things are tough right now.
It'll get better. You'll cause some deaths soon enough.
My words have the strange effect of actually cheering her up slightly. I know we're not exactly the most normal people. Things we do, the causes we devote ourselves to, they're wrong. There's no other way to put it. I know this. I trust Anuka knows this as well. We're morbid, sick, disgusting. Anuka slices innocent people in the name of Kushko, or fabricated idol, or alter ego, whatever else she could be. As for me, I've got so much blood on my hands as Anuka does. She likes to believe she's innocent, but the truth is that she's just scared to see a killer. I don't see myself the same way. I know for a fact the things I've done are enough to put me behind the bars for the rest of my life. I would try to convince myself that I'm not. I'm a criminal, plain and simple. But Noriko is a kindred spirit. We're connected on some level that I didn't expect the average person to understand. We're bonded by the things we've done, the death we witnessed. Looking at her now, that's how to go home. Or worn down by stress, I can't help but be reminded of years ago. I messed up with Shishko. I didn't take the time we had to get it seriously. I took it off for granted. I won't make the same mistake again, but no go. Okay, that kind of just clarified it mentally that Shishko left him. I make her mine and I prove my love to her every day. Perhaps that will convince her to not discard me when out of use.
Want something to eat?
She glances at me and opens her mouth but wastes her words before speaking.
Thanks, but you know me.
I know.
Yes, I know. I know so much about her. She doesn't eat, not unless she absolutely has to in order to live for another day.
Something light? A salad? I want to share a meal with you.
I can't.
Okay, I understand.
I do. I get it. Snoko, her convictions are what I admire most about her. But would it safe for kids if I could break her conviction with a simple invitation?
We should get married.
Huh?
A few days ago, you said you'd be mine.
I told you something like that, yeah. But that had a condition. You had to kill Junpei.
She's right. I didn't mean to kill him. Does that mean I don't deserve her?
Maybe there's something else I could do? Let me prove that I'm a man you can love.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
I'll take that. It's better than outright no.
Maybe you should get going for now. I need to sleep.
Okay.
I'll leave her be. Should get some sleep myself.
Later.
Bye, Kojiro.
Something about the way she says my name sends a chill down my spine. It's not a pleasant sensation. It's not a feeling of elation or excitement. It's uncomfortable. It's concerning. I shrug it off and leave the factory. I have an unkindly vivid recollection of dragging Shizuka corpse through the streets at night. She was killed. Okay, she was killed. Okay. I had witnessed a collision. I watched speeches as the man who down drove away like a coward. Okay, so she was killed. It took me a while to gather strength to collect her body from the afterwards. But then it was around 7 o'clock. The sun had set, but several lights still peeked over the horizon, tinting the sky with old chill. People kept screaming at me, questioning they she trying to smell just because of blood on the sidewalk. She wanted to take her home. She was such dead, no point leaving her. She didn't commit. She didn't comment on my shoot, got all dressed up just for. They comment on the ring, even as I slipped it on her stiff finger. She didn't say a word about the size of diamond. She made a unique sound as we walked. It rings in my ears now and then, especially when I catch myself in quiet moments. Didn't know what it was at the time. It punched the sign between my heavy footsteps. Just thought the sound was caused by the fabric of her dress scratching and whipping against the texture of the sidewalk. She made a sound for the entire journey home. My foot just stood. Years ago, people screaming. The cacophony of irritating noise assaulted us during the entire expedition. Signs that we were headed to our destination. It wasn't easy getting up the stairs to my apartment. I carried her in my arms dozens of times, almost effortlessly, but during that final ascent, just goes weight exceeded the length of my muscles. I had no choice but to back up slowly and sing a step at a time. Wasn't my fault her head cracked against every step. Once we were inside, I finally had the opportunity to examine the image. The limbs were flattened, her chest had caved in, her ribs crushed and ground into fine dust. Remarkably, her beautiful face remained unveiled. She looked at peace despite having died in pure agony not long before. And that was the last time I kissed her. Clenching my lips on hers, I found comfort in the slight warmth that still remained. Then I closed my eyes. My memory of that event is so clear that thinking about it feels like I'm living it again for the first time. The pain hasn't died. But I'm glad I don't live in that apartment anymore. Climbing those steps every day would only serve to remind me of the dragon she's good behind me. I cut myself free from the chains that shackled me though, but I can never destroy the memories. I think they'll haunt me for the end of my days. Perhaps that's why I'm so desperate to fill the void she left in my life. Desperate to distract myself with the love from another. Yet, at the time, I didn't want to let her go. I wanted to hold her cold, lifeless corpse to my body and simply waste away so I could show her in the afterlife. But in fact, I was so attached to the corpse that I did something I've never done before. Not once in all my history of touring with their bodies. I decided to keep her. Wait, she's still there? Or whether it was out of despair or depression or desperation, I truly know why I decided to do such an odd thing. It was such by a single stupid idea, emptied out the small storage closet in that old apartment, discarded everything within. And I carefully, delicately, lovingly placed this girl inside the dark space. She stood up against the wall, almost casually, almost like she was alive. I held her in place with some rope fastened to the wall, a loop around her neck and a few bindings around her waist. She sagged a little, but it wasn't overly noticeable. There she just stood before me. Though her gaze was lowered, I could almost fool myself into thinking she wanted to greet me. Or she wanted to simply say goodbye. Bye. Something I would never consider saying to her. But I knew it was time to say goodbye to her and say goodbye to myself. Me that shared a life with her. To me that lived in the shame of things I've done. To that small storage room, I piled the evidence of my guilt. All the macabre sickening, paraphernalia I had collected over the years, found home within the dark space. Boys of courses told me to win about embalming and mummification, countless books by nobles declare that after I had so dearly to my heart. Everything, everyone, I made up creature to find itself inside that room. From one last look at the girl, I slammed the door tight. The Kimura act of locking away everything I once left had a catalytic effect, but the moments after that aren't so clear in my mind. I know that I set up the room to set the door, but I don't recall the effort that went into doing so. I know that I decided to leave the apartment behind, but I don't recall talking to the landlord. I know that I tried to move on from being the person I once was, but I don't know how much I truly changed. Gets this over a year ago, I'm still in this world. Take a part in truly destroying acts. Still obsessed with the dead. And I'm still fawning over Sisu. Maybe people can change after all. Maybe I've been fooling myself all this time, but you think that I'm different. But I'm not. The same as I always was. Still just zero. Maybe that's okay.
Some good news for you.
Really? What is it?
A few new cadavers were in the morgue when I arrived tonight.
Ah,
Also, I was thinking...
Sorry.
what about?
something funny. We went to such lengths to make sure we didn't get caught stealing cadavers from here.
And?
Well, it's amusing that the entire place was ransacked by the human removal service, but no one ever investigated. No one here seemed to really care.
We tried so hard to cover our tracks, being careful about every single corpse we lifted. Then those assholes just waltzed in and stole everything without any repercussions.
Yeah,
It makes me sick. I want to bring them down.
yeah.
Anyway, how many bodies came in today?
4. Not a great deal, but a start. Give it a week or two, and this place should be packed once more.
Okay, good. Thanks for letting me know.
Of course.
See you.
Later.
Similar with Cadillac new arrivals, I think I can relax for the rest of my shifts. I plan myself in a comfortable steel chair parked near the morgue entryway. A few moments later, I'm lost within the flashing lights on my phone screen. I don't know how I was young that for, but when I came to, Noka's name is blazing across the screen. Strange for her to call me now, as she spoke just before.
Yo,
You're not going to believe this.
try me.
Somebody requested a death.
That explains excitement in the voice.
Congrats. It's been a while.
It's been far too long. I thought we were done for. I thought Corpse Girl's website had fallen into obscurity.
Happy for you.
Kojiro, we can't let this slip through our fingers. We need a victory here. This new request has to be fulfilled immediately. I want this victim to die with a bang. I want his death to propel Corpse Girl's name back into the limelight.
Roger. Awaiting your orders.
I'm sending you the Vic's photo. Get me a corpse that matches his appearance, just like usual.
Only got a handful of bodies here, remember? Going to be a long shot.
Do whatever the fuck you have to do.
Well, Icy Code command leaves no room to be
Copy
misinterpreted.
that.
The car answer I may receive a message from Noka. Opening up reverse photo of Corpse Girl's victim. Male, mid-30s or so, Philly, remarkable guy. Let's see what bodies are in stock. I heave myself off the steel chair and log to a morgue computer. Scanning through the inventory only takes a few seconds. There are 5 cadavers here in total. The 4 that arrived today plus the Jupiter multiple look alike. Looking through the details reveals that of the 5, 3 are female, 2 are male. I merely wore out using the Jupiter lookalike for this quest. It's heavy set body and doesn't match the victim at all. I'll need to take a look at the other male, but I don't like the odds of finding a match. I navigate to a coach image to open up the cash house in the course in question. Code air was spewing forth from the open compartment, focusing on my glasses. I calmly moved them, wiped them against my coat, and returned them to their rightful place. After unzipping the body bag, I met with a face of death. A sight I had become more than accustomed to after many years. A long years working here. This guy is just average looking as corpse victims. She's like the type of person you won't notice in a crowd. He simply be a blow against the sea of bodies. Might be exactly what we need. I compare his features to one of the victims in the photo. Looks similar, couldn't exactly mistaken for relatives. Maybe with Bimnoka's makeup pennywork, he might pass off as close enough copy. Only one problem. When zipping the body back for the reveals that the guy only has one arm. His left arm has been savaged below the elbow, leaving a surgical stump. It's something that he has clearly lived for years because the area in question is clean. Probably had to prosect the limb before being moved to the morgue. This particular feature is a deal breaker, too hard to convince a vegan that this is his own course if it's a missing limb. So, perhaps Uncle could factor the missing limb into the cause of death? If I bloody his stump a bit, it could be made to look like he lost an arm before he died. I wait for my phone to call Norco back, getting sick of the shit chat.